Welcome back to Beekeeping Basics with Danny. So today we're on Tuesday the 6th. So we're on our 7th day of going into these hives. Now, it's been a lot cooler over the last few days, and I am later in the day. Today it's 5 o'clock-ish. We're borderline 16 degrees. So depending on how this goes, I'd like to get into all three, but I don't think I may have time. My biggest concern at the moment is this one, and one of my subscribers rightfully pointed out, which I always used to do. I've done it last year. I'm just getting back into it again, and we just make silly mistakes. I did take off the brood box, put it down on top of an empty super, and effectively I should have put my queen excluder there to keep that queen trapped in that brood box where she was, because rightfully she can come out of there, go into that super, you put it all back together, next minute you got your queen trapped at the top. So thank you for the comment with that one and just highlighting it. So we'll double check, because I haven't been in these for best part of, and I only put the video on yesterday, so I wouldn't have had time to come out and rectify it. Personally, I don't think that would have happened. It was uncombed frames that I put that brood box on top. Don't think the queen would have been interested, but you don't know, and simple mistakes can be very, very costly sometimes. So what we'll do is we'll get in here and we'll check this top lot just to make sure that that queen didn't get trapped up there. Okay, so we'll start with getting our strap obviously off. Do have the smoker lit round the corner ready. So we'll get our board, we'll put that down on top of any little bees like that there. Don't like to throw it down and potentially squash any. So we'll get the hive tool out at the ready. Oh, got my one, or keep for this hive on the top there. So I know I'm using it for this hive and this hive only. We will make a start, literally for purpose reasons of giving them that little bit more room. I don't and wouldn't expect them to have done any combing out on this whatsoever. It was just to give them a bit more room, purpose, that was all. So I'm gonna have a quick scout, because like I was saying, I'm just double checking that the queen didn't get stuck up here because she went down. I've started combing that one out, as you can see there. So that was quite interesting. But just want to check through these before I move this one aside, just through that simple error that I did do last week. And I did say in our previous videos that I had the van loaded up with some hives. I built them all through the week, and we was taking them to Staines to set it all up. Unfortunately for the person that wanted the bees, it fell through for the simple reason that the nuke boxes that they were buying, they had signs of swarm cells, so they literally had to cancel it off till the 25th. I still managed to get all the hives built. It's my frame holder. Still managed to get all the hives built, and we delivered them up there Saturday, and just stored them to one side. So that unfortunately didn't happen, but these things happen. And I'm literally just checking on all of these frames, just like I said, just in case I did make that stupid mistake that I did do, and the queen got trapped up here. Little bit of combing, very, very little bit of combing out there. And if you can remember last time, we stacked these individually to see if we could get the bees moving up. And it looks like that successfully has worked. These are just worker bees on this at the moment. That's been nicely combed out there, look, pleased with that. So yeah, that's what I've done, shifting these around. If you can see that, it's nicely combed out. So pleased with that little move. Like I say, I'm just literally checking these. Normally I wouldn't, because we'd had the queen excluder on now. I'd know for a fact that she wouldn't be up here, but we have to doubly check, because that could be a very detriment move, keeping her locked potentially up this top. Because I have a honey super down at the bottom just for the queen to lay her eggs, we could, you know, take one of them down there, give her that laying room that, you know, she potentially might have needed at some point. So we're going to get these back into order. I'm going to get it moved out the way so I can check the next box down before we get to the queen excluder, and I will continue the whole process on this hive, seeing where we are actually at with it. Taking off my frame holder, gently moving it over. It's a big cluster of bees there. Like I say, and this is the beauty, because like I say, I am a beginner, you know, I'm into my second year now, I've done a successful first year, and we make silly mistakes, and this is what it's about. So if people get to watch this, you know, beekeepers are always going to make these mistakes, it's inevitable, it happens, but we all learn off of it, and that is the beauty of me posting videos, and I get you subscribers that help me out as well as I help others out with simple answers and questions, and you know, all the rest of it. And I did, the funny thing is, last year I did always put the queen excluded down first with the crown board on the top, but we're getting back into it at the moment, and these things do happen. All the worker bees are working nice and hard on trying to bring that, drawing that comb out, which is a fantastic sight again. So I'm really glad I shuffled these around again. You know, this can make a learning curve for somebody else, or give it a go, try it. It may just be that they're ready now to start combing this. You know, I was just impatient, but it seems since I swapped these around, we now got them doing what we want them to do up here. So thank God for that, because I was stressing all night over that, and all day whilst at work. All I wanted to do was get into this hive and double check it. I mean, it would have been pretty damn late, because we're now on our 7th day today anyway. So what we'll do is we'll move this one as well over onto the other boxes. We'll just do our final little check on this, making sure she's not walking about here, because this is what I'm saying, this keeps her trapped down the bottom. If she was trapped at the top, then she wouldn't be able to get that down the bottom. So the busy bees, as you can see, they do like to keep things stuck down. Really do. So what we're going to do, we're going to shake them off into there. let them settle, and then I'll put that queen excluder back on. As you can see, it's absolutely busting. It really is with bees. And like I say, it's been slightly cool today, so, and it's later in the day, so you know that then kind of keeps the bees in. This is very, very heavy, very, very heavy. And I'm just going to keep an eye that that queen isn't on this frame before I put that into the frame holder. It is certainly heavy. Looking all over all the nooks and crannies, because although this is full of stalls, there's nothing saying that she wouldn't be on this. Really is heavy frame. I'm quite happy that the fact that we can't see her on there. And it's really busy with bees. It really is. And again, this is a very similar frame full of stalls. Just keeping an eye out. Can't see her on there. I'll move that one into there. I've put the wrong gloves on again today, which really annoys me. I have to throw these ones away. They're just too baggy. For some reason, I've still got them lying around. I'll keep putting them on. I like to have nice tight gloves. Nice bit of drone brood at the bottom. And all, like I say, I'm gonna try and get through this relatively quickly today. I don't want this brood out in, I wouldn't say the chilly, it's not chilly, but we're borderline of going into these, which I may just do this one today because of that reason. Lovely bit of cat brood there. Just really want to check for any kind of swarm cells because this is so busy. It'd be nice to see our queen straight away if I could. She may well be down in that bottom box today. Who knows? That's absolutely chocker. She's certainly been laying well up here, wall to wall with brood, cat brood. There, play cup, sorry. Could take that away, checking. Yeah, it is certainly, it's a little bit breezy, and unfortunately it's the wind that gets cold. It's crazy how the temperature can literally just drop after being really high up in the 20s, and then over the bank holiday massively dropped. And now that we've got the big tree kind of above these hives, it does now shade it quite a bit. May be good on really hot days. There's the queen there. So she was down here. There she is, doing her bit with a red dot. So we'll get that moved back into there. We know she's safe. Get through these other frames a bit quickish. Making sure we put the queen excluder on this time. And I'll run through the method with that. I'm just now literally checking this for any suspicious swarm cells or that poor girl there. it does happen from time to time where they get, unfortunately, squashed. Now, while I've got this out, what I might just quickly do is just get rid of that, and get rid of that. And slide this in very, very gently. It's taking some of them off. Oh, they will find their way back in. Don't catch them with the queen excluder, because the queen excluder generally they get stuck on it. So while we do this, is we know the queen is up in this box. Granted, she could have moved down between now and then, so you know you're still gonna take the option of looking for her. But oh, that's very, very heavy. We'll take that off. We'll put that onto there because we're going to need it. And we're going to put the crown board on that, just for the time being. And we're going to get through this as quick as possible. Now, I can hear something of its birds in the bush, but I can hear something mulling around over there. And again, everything's looking excellent. Very busy hive in the height of the summer, so they're now getting a little bit antsy with me. Possibly had it open too long, can't get their queen pheromones. Getting it back to how it originally was, like so. Oh, that little bugger just stung my finger through these soft gloves. So we're going to get this back. I think it's because it's getting a bit cold now. That's what's doing it. Just moving some out of the way before we put this brood box back on. Wind's getting up ever so slightly as well. There is a wax moth, an actual moth. Don't know where she came from, but we've got rid of her. Okay, now what we'll do is get this crown board off again. Putting on the queen excluder like so, and then we'll go back on. Just want to make sure I don't squash any bees. So we've achieved what we wanted to achieve on this hive. Is that the way that I'd done it originally? Must have been, yep. So they've all got the room that they need. Put that on there. Finishing touches. Just knock her off. Get a bee in there. Always hate to see that.